All right, guys, welcome. We are still here in Miami, Biscayne Bay Marriott. We are 11 hours from conference. I have June Campbell in here with us. Hey, June.
Hey, how are you?
This is the first time I met you. It was nice to meet you.
You too.
So wait a minute. I just heard something. I need to bring this up first because if not, then I'll never get through this whole thing. You were on judge duty?
Yes.
Now, were you getting sued or were you suing somebody?
I was suing someone.
Did you win?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We like you already. So, she's pretty crazy. Is it a filming set? Like, did they cut and say, we got to retake that?
No.
Is it legit that way?
Yes.
She's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, she's really quick on the draw.
Yeah, she's pretty sharp. So, how'd you get here at Family First Life? Who brought you in or who hired you here or referred you to here?
Lou
Lou.
Sauer.
Okay. Lou was a good buddy of mine, and then he left, and I thought we were really good friends, and he left. I'm like, I guess he don't like me that much. And then he came back, and I started to feel a little bit better about myself. I was developing a complex because Lou left, but he came back because he worked at the same company you worked at?
That's correct, yes.
What did you think about that company?
Not a lot.
What do you mean by that? I like that reply.
Well, I started in 2019. I actually was supposed to come to FFL. And then they switched gears kind of when I started. We wound up at another company.
Okay.
And everything was going well. I was doing my thing.
Right.
I came in actually with a different upline, someone I'd known for years. And that person kind of dropped off on me. And so I had always leaned on Lou. So basically, he was always there every time I called, anything I needed. I did very well in mortgage protection. I love what I did.
Sure.
Then we went into a different form into the industry, and it turned out to be a mess. And then after that, I was still trying to work with them. I didn't even want to look at my paycheck because it was never right. Like every time they told me it was going to be one thing, it was another.
Wow.
I got very discouraged. I was devastated every day. I actually reached out to the upper folks. They never gave me any answers for that. So we kind of went like fisticuffs on it. And
Yeah.
And I decided I wasn't going to do anything. At that point, I was so discouraged. I just didn't even want to mess with it anymore. I was like, you know what? I did good. I did good for them. And then, I was doing $300 a month apps, you know, and then I was getting nothing.
Sure.
And when you look at that and you do the work, and then it was right in the middle of COVID. I hadn't been doing it that long. I owned my own business. I was always used to making a lot of money.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I was like, I had nothing.
Sure. Well, and I'm surprised you didn't take them to Judge Judy. Like, that would have made sense. Can you imagine the owner of that company being in front of Judge Judy?
You have no idea.
Right? I know. You don't have to because I already know. So the way that works is it's probably one of those fake equity deals or fake ownership programs that these companies offer. Right? Something like that. And then they tell you you're going to get X. And then when it's time to pony up the money, they realize
nothing.
There's no money because they live like they're making $25 million a year. But they're not, and then they take the money from you and they put it in their pocket.
They are making $25 million a year because they're taking your money and they're putting that in their
See, that's
pocket.
wrong. Yeah, and you know what? That's the one thing I can tell you about Family First Life and Sean is the comp is the highest in the industry because it's the actual highest in the industry. There are other companies that'll tell you they'll pay you more, but that's a lie. Like, we'll actually pay you what we say we're going to pay you on the products that you're supposed to get paid that on, right? And it's an open book. You can go right online and see all that stuff, like what product pays what and how that works. So are you excited to be, like, when's the last time you kind of left a little bit? You backed up from the industry because of that situation?
Right. Well, the type of person that I am is that when I feel like something has wronged me, I can't proceed. Like, that's just my nature. Like, once I feel like someone stepped on my toes, it's almost like I don't know how to move forward. I was very comfortable in what I did. Lou and I had several discussions about what we needed to do. And I love doing insurance,
Sure.
but when that happens to you, you feel like there's no hope. And I know that a lot of people leave like their IMOs and constantly, and I'm not that person. I'm loyal to whatever I do. And so Lou and I kind of worked together on something else. And I said, we were both kind of like, well, we really like to go back into insurance. But I wasn't going to do insurance and give it to somebody else. I wasn't going to do that.
Right.
I wasn't going to work my butt off for a $300 a month premium to get nothing back. Right.
No doubt.
So last year was a tough year for me because I didn't go to the insurance. And, and I have to say my contracts are a little bit held up based
Why are they held up?
Because I had actually sold a couple to my folks in North Carolina that I had originally worked with. And I had reached out to the company to ask, for the transfer. And they basically told me no, that I owed them money.
Right.
But it's crazy because
They got all your money.
No, it's crazy because in October I sent them a message saying you owe me money.
Right.
So, but that being said, and that's to everybody out there that does insurance, they have to really think about what they're doing. Skipping around different IMOs, this, that, and the other. It's just not going to work for them. I mean, they have to go to what is loyal and trustworthy. And because I trust Lou,
right,
that's what brought me here.
Well, we're glad you trust Lou.
Yeah, I trust Lou.
Hopefully after you get to know us, you'll trust all of us because I promise you, that's how we run this company.
Well, I've watched, I've, kind of looked at some things, and I definitely know that it's a great organization. I'm not saying that I don't trust you, so just let's be clear.
I'm okay with that.
I'm just saying that, ultimately with IMOs and things like that, people get so sidetracked.
Yep.
And they don't realize that those IMOs out there, they're making a lot of money on you. You need to be the one.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's your blood, sweat, and tears.
That's right.
And they're going to get something out of it, which I'm good with that. As long as you're fair to that person.
Well, I think as long as I provide enough value to you,
absolutely,
you don't mind if I get paid for
absolutely.
work because I'm working just as hard as you are. It's when people aren't doing anything and you're out there grinding and they don't answer their phone, they don't try and help you solve problems, and then they're taking more than half of your commissions. It's frustrating. Who wouldn't be frustrated, right?
And the dishonesty.
Well, that's just that. I mean, that's common sense, you would think.
Right.
I mean, you don't lie to people.
No.
That's no good way to keep a team. So the companies, integrity says it all. It's pretty, when Sean found Integrity, I said it's pretty fitting that he partnered with a company called Integrity because he's got more integrity than anybody I've ever met. In business, 100%. And so I think you're going to enjoy being here. We're excited to have you. Now, do you want to? You just want to sell insurance? You want to build a team? What do you want to do?
I'm really not sure. I mean, I absolutely want to sell insurance. I love doing insurance.
Okay.
I mean, building a team, that's something I've not quite gotten the grasp of.
Okay.
But I think that would absolutely be amazing if, everything kind of goes together and, you have to be true to your team.
Yeah.
And so I think that ultimately, if I can do what I need to do for them and show them what I can do, then that would be definitely worth it.
Well, because, from what I hear, you're pretty good at selling.
I think I am.
Well,
like I said, I think I got lost along the way. There's no doubt about that.
And that's okay. And you, like Lou and Michael and everybody I've talked to that knows you is you're a beast. So, the point is if you're good at it and you have the ability to show somebody else how to do that, even if they're half as good as you, they're still making pretty good money, right? Because when you're firing on all cylinders, it's a wrap, right?
Right.
So I just think for me, it's people. 70% of Americans have a part-time job. Can you imagine if people knew a quarter of what you knew and worked 20 hours a week? They would definitely make way more than any other part-time job they could get if they work it. So we're excited. So what are you excited about this weekend? Have you ever been to a conference like this?
I have been to one conference, which I don't think it's anything on this level.
Okay.
I'm definitely excited. Lou and I had spoke about it, and I was kind of a little off about coming.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I want to get the training. I want to see what the company's all about.
Right.
I want to see where people actually are. Like I said, I've kind of watched it from a distance. So for me, it's really about the training, getting to see really how the company works. But I think, at the end of the day, we probably would have made this move a little bit sooner if he and I could have connected in a way about this, because we kind of went back and forth.
Right.
I've been angry for quite some time, and I'm not going to, lash out at anybody. But at the end of the day, like I've told everybody that I work with or deal with, that, what you do and how you treat your people, I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, if you treat your people well, they will always work for you and with
That's
you.
Right. That's right.
But if you mess them over, they will no longer work in your behalf.
I get it. And I don't blame you for having that sense of, like, it's got you, if you're taking advantage of it, it's hard to look at something else and go, well, they're not going to do the same thing, or are they? Or, you know what I mean? So again, that's why you don't, if you didn't trust me, you wouldn't offend me. That's my job, is to earn that. You know what I mean? I know. And I appreciate you saying that, but at the same time, I have to earn your trust. That's something that's my job to do. So we don't mind doing that, because that's what we do every day, all day. So if you call us, we'll answer. If you need help, we'll help you. And if I tell you I'm going to do something, it's a lock. You can lock it 100%. If I say it, it's going to happen. And then if we do that, you're going to be really happy. And then you're going to turn back into the beast in the field, and you're going to help a lot of people. And then hopefully we'll get you helping enough other people doing what you do, and then it'll all just snowball. That's how it works. We're super excited.
I'm hoping for really big and amazing things. Absolutely.
Well, we will help you in any way we can. I appreciate you coming up doing this. Everybody, June Campbell, watch out for her 2022. Big things happening. Until next time, make it a big week. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you.